What's up, guys? We're here with a brand new deck. We're here with Raidraptors. Never seen before on the channel before. Really excited for this. Bamberg is playing this today. How'd you do today?
I did all right. No, didn't get quite in top cut, but I will say that I'm surprised.
It's not a fire deck, so
no,
makes
it's not a
sense.
fire deck. I played against a lot of fire decks, got pretty unlucky during them. I will say I got the game 3 against all of them though, which was honestly surprising for me, especially with my luck today.
This is definitely an anime deck for you guys. Raidraptors. I don't know if it's, what would you call it? Would you call this like Rogue or?
I'd call it Rogue, yes. It could definitely be tiered if more people play it, but I'd say right now it's Rogue because there's not a lot of resources on this deck.
Well, fair enough. Before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe, and let's show us what you got.
Okay, so for the main deck, we've got triple Tribute Lanius, your main combo play.
This card's very expensive too, but it's getting reprinted as a common in the next OTS pack, so get your copies then.
It's not too bad, plus it's a 1-card combo now, thanks to new cards. We've got 3 Strangle Lanius, basic extender, and then the new cards, Noir and Bloom Vulture. Noir is weird, so for other extenders, we've got Raider's Wing, you've got the Mimicry for the Tribute Lanius, you've got the Singing Lanius, and then you've got 1 Pain Lanius. You didn't used to run this card, but now you have to for Noir Lanius because it adds a Raidraptor with a different level than the targeted monster. So
okay.
This is also a 1-card combo if you can search Pain Lanius, but you have to play Pain to do it. And then Bloom Vulture is like the most crazy card in the deck. It just summons 2 from hand, and if you have the monsters on field and you didn't use that other effect that turn, you can just summon 2 from grave, including itself.
What the heck?
Literally, any 2 Raidraptors does equal full combo now.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool. Last 3 extenders, we got 3 Samorg as well as their 1 field spell. I won't lie though, Samorg, great card. Love Samorg. Just normal summon a guy, get Samorg out for free. Field spell, hot ass. Never once did I want the normal summon, besides the few occasions where I just get pops before I could ever try it. And it hard loses to draw. Because if I normal summon a Tribute Lanius and then activate Samorg, and then use Samorg effect to add the Elvors, then I get hit by Droll, I lose because I can't search my rank up magic later in the turn.
So we know it's getting cut.
You don't get, this deck does not care about Droll in most cases, but because of the fact that there are some cases where you need to search later in the combo, you don't want to be running early searches if you can help it. You can certainly run it, it's fine, like, you get it for free off the normal summon, but I don't like it. I'm going to be trying it without it.
Fair enough.
Then you got the 1 Silent Boots just to search some rank up magics. That's it for monsters. I'd say that they're all pretty good so far. I will say that drawing multiple normal summons can suck, but that's rare and far between. Overall though, the deck is just pure gas with the amount of extenders we got in here. And we're not done yet. We've got the 3 rank up magics, Launch, Force, and Skip. Skip is the best one because it actually lets you combo. Force, you play it for Kali Yuga, and you play this to go into other guys, which I am running a few targets.
How good do you think this is with Cosmic being so relevant in this format?
It's interesting. So if they don't know the matchup, a lot of people don't know what Raidraptors do. If they don't know the matchup, they won't side in the Cosmic Cyclones, and then they'll just get blown up by this.
Hallelujah.
But against people that do know this, in particular, I would say it's kind of rough. So I've been considering running like some other engines instead with like 2 copies of the rank 13. But overall, I still think you might run it anyway, just because it is very free in this combo. You end on a very similar board no matter what you do.
Fair enough.
This one's pretty good too. I never really use it that much, but that's because this kind of wins the game on its own. And Skip, you gotta play Skip. Can't avoid Skip. Then that's it for rank up magics. You got the 2 continuous spells, the new one, and Nest. Nest you could also probably cut because it's terrible in the Droll, but you don't have to cut it. In fact, I kind of like it now after playing with it, just because it's an extra way to get an extender where you otherwise couldn't. And Roost is really nice, just in general. Searches you your new trap card, Glorious Bright, which is an Omni Negate if you have a Raidraptor Exceeds, or just a Monster Negate if you have only a Raidraptor. And it also recovers stuff from Grave or Banished. Good stuff, and this is also draw power, gives you a really good recursive grind game. Just nice, and overall pretty good. Run the 1 Shade Brigandine. Good extender if you draw it, otherwise it's good later in the turn. That's it for main engine. You've got Triple Ash, Imperm, and Droll, as well as 2 Talents.
Is this 40 cards in your deck?
This is 40 cards, yes. Imperm is kind of weird though in this deck because we're running Shade Brigandine. This never came up today, but I know this comes up when you're playing this deck, where you play Imperm and then you can't activate your Shade Brigandine. So I'd consider cutting this for Valor instead. It just doesn't play against Tactics.
Yeah, Imperm
but
like the best cards.
you do need to run it right now though, because it's particularly good against the fire decks, particularly Snake Eyes in particular. Rather a Imperm or a Valor in my hand than an Ash versus normal summon Snake Eye Ash.
Yeah.
Droll was also kind of mid. I consider running it in the side deck, honestly, and just maining Nibiru instead. And Talent was terrible for me today, but I also got stupid unlucky, so I would blame it on that. Like, I'm talking, like, it either was completely inaccessible because of weird decisions by my opponent, or it would draw me cards that do nothing, or I'd look at their hand and they'd just chain a bunch of Labyrinth cards and
Oh
empty
my
their entire hand.
gosh.
Still won that game. Anyway, that's it for the main deck. For extra deck, we got 2 Y-Strix and a Bardache as your Link monsters. Should be running an SP as a 4th Link monster, but I don't have $130 to spend right now on cardboard.
Fair enough.
It's kind of just an end board piece anyway, but it is also good going second. Y-Strix is great. I love Y-Strix. Might even consider bumping it up to 3. Bardache was also good. Could bump that to 2 if you really wanted to. Bardache you need for your combo. Same with Y-Strix. You could also play 1 Y-Strix if you prefer not to, but I like having the extra link. It's pretty much your only way of playing into an established Snake Eye board. Then you got for Xyz Monsters, double 4-Strix. Honestly, could maybe cut this to 1. You never make it in the combo anymore. You're making Raiders Knight now to go into Brave Strix, because Brave Strix is just so much better than this. Because if you can get monsters on board, chances are you can probably do this anyway. You still run the 100% of the 4-Strix, but I don't know if you need 2. You can certainly run 2 though. Raiders Knight and Brave Strix on the other hand, fantastic. This goes into the Brave Strix or the other guys we're running. In Brave Strix, either searches you a rum or sets a continuous spell, which means you can play it under Droll really nicely. There's a lot of setting in this deck. Big fan of that. Then you've got the Arsenal Falcon and the new rank 13 Rising Revolution Falcon. These are your main end board pieces. This comes out off of linking this off into the Bardache.
Okay.
Which is great. This is the best card in the extra deck, I would say, because it summons any dark level 4 from deck, basically. So you get to extend really hard off of that. Then you link it off and you turn it into this guy who blows up your opponent's entire field and is just unaffected at 4K.
Pretty crazy.
If I wasn't running Caliuga, I would run probably 2 of this with the new rank up magic for them. But 1 is fine right now as well. That's it for Raidraptors, and you got your Time Thief Redoer because we're running Bardache. He's a good rank 4. You got Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon for Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon.
The OTK.
And Arc Rebellion.
That's the OTK. Yeah.
This is the OTK. Now this should be SP Little Knight 100%, but it's not terrible. I just never made it because my games never got to that position, but it absolutely could. I would consider running this if you're running 2 Raiders Knight, which there is a very easy argument to run 2 Raiders Knight, because Raiders Knight is kind of the best Xyz monster now at rank 4.
Fair enough.
Then you've got the last 2 cards being Gaga Magician, so that you can make Caliuga. Although, I will say, if you're not running Caliuga, Typhon is also pretty good here because you get locked in the darks, but luckily he happens to be a dark, same with SP. So I'd probably cut these 2 for another Revolution Falcon as well as a Typhon, and just cut this for the Typhon. Again, or the SP. But again, I don't have those cards, so I'm not doing that right now.
Fair enough.
That's
Very
it for extra.
budget.
Then we've got triple Ghost Spell, triple Nibiru. Again, probably would main this now inside the Drolls. I'm not a big fan of main deck Droll. I only activated it once today, and what was good. It certainly wasn't great. Ghost Spell, I did not see it the whole day. I can't comment on that card, but I did thought it in a lot. Felt good. Cosmic, gotta run Cosmic. Called by the Grave, Feather Duster, and the last attack. I honestly like this just because we're going to have 1 extra card anyway if we're running it like this, so might as well run the Tactics. And then triple Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched I like just in particular because this deck doesn't deal with back row particularly well, and it needs as much removal as it can. It doesn't need to kill per se, this deck is looking more so to control the game to a certain point so that you can just stop your opponent from ever winning.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Looks very clean. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, and then hopefully see you again soon.
Thank you.